All right, fans, here's a quick SmackDown review. And as you can see in the picture, it was announced tonight that the draft will be taking place in 2 weeks on SmackDown and then continued on Monday Night Raw. So that is coming up. We got a date for that. Show opened up tonight with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the ring. They were interrupted by the Usos and Sikoa. They ended up brawling, and Matt Riddle comes out to help Sami and Kevin. And Matt Riddle gets the better of Sikoa in particular here. And this is going to set up the main event, Sikoa versus Matt Riddle tonight. Also on the show, Xavier Woods wrestled LA Knight. They had a little preview of this match before it happened. Both guys got mic time, and they set up a little video package of them arguing in the back from the past few weeks. And basically ended up being a decent match. Xavier Woods gets the victory over LA Knight. Afterwards, we see Xavier Woods interrupt Gunther, who's talking to Imperium. Gunther gets annoyed with Xavier Woods, who's playing his trombone, calls him a goof, and says maybe he needs to show him, respect on the mat. And Xavier Woods is excited about this because he wants that Intercontinental Championship. I like this a lot. We're setting up Xavier Woods versus Gunther for the IC belt. And again, we're making that IC title feel important. So I like that. Next match, Damian Priest beat Santos Escobar of the Latino World Order. Afterwards, Priest was attacking Escobar. Rey Mysterio makes the save. Rey gets the better of Dominic in this. Dominic's out there as well. And Priest saves Dominic from a 619. Liv Morgan and Raquel are out next, and they're doing an interview, and they're interrupted by Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. They end up brawling, so we have a match set up for the Women's Tag Team Championship coming soon. I like the idea of Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green as potential challengers at this point. Nakamura versus Riddick Moss is next, Madcap Moss. And I got to say, I like the way they built up Nakamura tonight. How they announced that he was a former Intercontinental Champion, a former NXT Champion, a former Royal Rumble winner, a former U.S. Champion and Tag Team Champion. This really made him feel important to me. It also makes all those titles feel important. Big fan. And in the back, before Moss came out, Emma is talking about how Nakamura's never won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. You have. You're stronger than him. You're better looking than him. Now go show why you're the one they should be promoting, basically. And I got to tell you, I like that we're doing something with Moss. He ends up losing. Nakamura looks great here. He's dressed out in all black, kind of a different look. I really like the new vibe. And then afterwards, Moss tries to attack him because Emma's embarrassed. And Nakamura gets the better of him again. But I feel like they're going to go somewhere here with Moss and Emma, too. But afterwards, we see Cross and Scarlett in the back. And Scarlett has the cards out, and there's a picture of Nakamura. And Cross smashes the card. And Cross is saying tick-tock. And I guess Nakamura is next for Karrion Kross. So we'll see that feud. I like that. We're building up to something again. In the back, we saw the Viking Raiders jump Braun Strowman and Ricochet. So here we are again. We're leading up to another match. We're building up something. Afterwards, we had the main event, Sikoa versus Matt Riddle. And right before this match, the Usos are out with Sikoa, and Paul Heyman announces in 2 weeks the Usos are going to get their rematch on SmackDown with Sami and Kevin for the Tag Team Championship. And he says they're going to win because the tribal chief is becoming frustrated with you two if you don't win. And the Usos are kind of looking at Sami and Kevin like Paul's talking to them, but you can clearly see Paul's talking to the Usos, and he's talking that Roman's going to be frustrated with them. So we're kind of setting up potential seeds for a breakup here, or we're at least teasing it. As far as the match goes, great brawl. The Usos and Sami and Kevin end up getting ejected. They're out, and then they end up coming back, and everybody's fighting, and there's a brawl outside, and Matt Riddle has things in control, and he decides to go outside and help Sami and Kevin, and when he comes back in, the distraction was enough. Sikoa ends up kicking him, and he ends up giving him the spike, and Sikoa gets the win over Matt Riddle in the main event. We continue to build up Sikoa, who also puts Matt Riddle through the table and buries the table on top of him. And that's how we end SmackDown tonight, folks. That's your quick SmackDown review. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you're looking forward to.